until now. Till now, until now. Till now, till now, until now. Well, you got the idea. How do I say until now in Italian? Do I know that? I think I do. Ciao ragazzi, bentornati, sono Manu e questo è Italy Made Easy e questo è Ask Manu Italiano. That's the name of the series where you ask the questions and I give you the answers. Before we get to the question, I'm going to remind you to head over to italymadeeasy.com or just click on the banner below to get access to the PDF that supports this lesson. You will find a summary of the explanation, all the examples that I will use, the translation, and a bunch of exercises for you to practice. And also on my website, there's a lot of good stuff. And it's growing every day because I've been working like crazy to produce more and more content to help you out with your Italian. So let's hear the question.
Ciao Manu, buongiorno, mi chiamo Arwa, vivo in Arabia Saudita. Sto studiare italiano per 1 anno e 6 mesi. Mi è piaciuto i tuoi video e volevo dare una domanda. Come posso dire till now or until now in inglese? Grazie mille.
Awesome. Well, grazie mille, Arwa. I've been talking to you on YouTube, actually, all the messages that we've been exchanging. It's great to interact with students like this. I love it. Before I get to your question, let me address a little mistake that you've made, which is very common for students of Italian to make. So you said, sto studiare italiano per 1 anno e mezzo. Now that sto studiare, it just doesn't exist. You can't say that. Okay. What I often hear is ho studiato italiano per 1 anno e mezzo. Meaning, what you're trying to say is I've been studying Italian for 1.5 years. It doesn't work like that. Let me pull out my whiteboard and tell you why it doesn't work. And I know that's not your question, but I thought, let's do it. Let me talk about it. So if you have been studying Italian for 1.5 years and you still are, you would use the present tense. Studio italiano da 1 anno. So, studio italiano da 1 anno. So you use the present tense and the preposition da. So it's like saying, I'm studying Italian from 1 year. This doesn't make sense in English, but this is how you say this. So if you have been doing something and you still are doing it, you use the present tense and da. But if, conversely, you studied Italian for 2 years, but you're no longer studying, then you would use the passato prossimo, so you speak in the past. So, ho studiato italiano per 2 anni. So you would use per here. So I have studied Italian for 2 years. So notice the difference between studio italiano da 1 anno and ho studiato italiano per 1 anno. Okay? But that's not your question. So what was your question? Totally forgot now. Oh, it's until now. Yes. Until now. I just noticed that I'm not quite centered. You can see me a bit better. Not that it's important that you see me. It's important that you see what I'm telling you. So, there are 3 ways mainly to express the idea of till now or until now. And these are just straightforward expressions that you can use interchangeably. So you can say finora, fino adesso, or also technically fino ad adesso, but that's too long. So fino adesso, or also fino ad ora. The most common one is finora because it's the shortest and we're lazy, like any speaker of any language, we're lazy. So for example, finora non ho mai visto un film russo. Finora non ho mai visto un film russo. I could say that in another way, I'll tell you what it means in a second. Fino adesso non ho mai visto un film russo. Fino adesso non ho mai visto un film russo. Or I could use fino ad ora. It doesn't matter what I use, but this means until now, I have not seen a Russian movie. That means that, well, you know what until now means, but I'm telling you what it means because next slide I explain something different. So when we say until now, it just means that from the past to now, that was the reality, that was the situation, and now it's changing. That's what until now means, right? So in Italian, we would render that with finora, fino adesso, or fino ad ora. In Italian, we usually use the past tense when we use finora. Why? Because it talks about the past and how until now, in the past, that thing hasn't happened. So that's why we would use the past tense, just like in English. So, I had never eaten ribollita till now. I had never eaten ribollita. Ribollita is a Florentine dish. Really good. I had never eaten ribollita until now. In Italian, that would sound like non avevo mai mangiato la ribollita fino ad ora. Non avevo mai mangiato la ribollita fino ad ora. We have a pluperfect. So that's like a past in the past, just like in English. I had never eaten. Non avevo mai mangiato. They're equivalent of each other. So same thing. Now, non mi era mai piaciuta Jennifer Lawrence fino adesso. Non mi era mai piaciuta Jennifer Lawrence fino adesso. I had never liked Jennifer Lawrence until now, which means now I do. So I didn't, but now I do. Something happened that makes me like her. So that's the same as English. But the next slide will bring up a little issue. Because in English we have similar expressions that require different usage. And it's this. I'm happy with my new job so far, and I was happy with my new job until now. They're different, aren't they? So if I say I'm happy with my new job so far, it means that from the past to the present, I was happy. And now looking towards the future, I don't know what the future has in store, but right now I'm still happy. So that's when we say so far. In the second example, from the past to the present, I was happy. Now something happened that makes me not be happy. And I don't care about the future. I will be unhappy anyway. So different structures. In the first one, we use the present tense with so far. And in the second one, we use the past tense with until now. How does that work in Italian? I'm sure that you had never thought about it, but I'd like to take you to the next level. So, let's see the translation of these sentences. I'm happy with my new job so far. Per ora sono contento del mio lavoro. Per ora sono contento del mio nuovo lavoro. Per ora. Here it is. Per ora. For now. It's like saying for the moment. For the time being. So we don't use finora, obviously, but we use per ora and the present tense. The second sentence, the one that I was happy but I'm not anymore. Finora sono stato contento del mio lavoro. Finora sono stato contento del mio nuovo lavoro. Finora, until now, I have been happy with my new job, which means I'm not anymore. Okay, so that's all I have to say, really. I hope you enjoyed this lesson and you've made a couple of distinctions that will help you, but most of all, use finora anytime you want to say until now, really. If you're not a subscriber, please do. I publish videos, tend to do it daily, but Ask Manu Italiano comes out on Tuesday. And yeah, ask your questions. Actually, I forgot to say it in the previous episode, but yeah, if you have questions of your own, go to Italy Made Easy. Bring it up again. Go to italymade.easy.com, ask your questions, please. Get in touch with me and catch up with all the past episodes of Ask Manu Italiano. Give this video the thumbs up, show me your love, leave a comment, e ci vediamo la prossima volta. Ciao ciao, un saluto.